think about product placement, you might think about, you know, a Lucille Ball show or an older show where it's so obvious that there's a little bit of product placement happening. But if you fast forward about 65 years, you know, product placement is still happening in the form of sponsored content and using influencers online. But in 2017, which was actually a response to the whole Fyre Festival fiasco, the FTC started cracking down on social media influencers and what they can and can't do in creating sponsored posts. And there's a kind of a memo from the FTC that I'll link to in the notes for this video that basically asks influencers to clearly disclose any sponsored relationships when posting. So let's go through a couple of little basics for complying when posting sponsored content online. If there is a promotional or endorsement relationship with a brand, clearly disclose it. And if you have to ask yourself, if I were looking at this, would I really know that there's an endorsement relationship? If you have to ask that question, then it's probably not clear. A clear disclosure is hard to miss, right? Don't assume that your followers can just tell when it's sponsored. Again, it has to be clear. If it's an image-only medium like Snapchat or Instagram stories, still have to have that disclosure in there. And don't rely on you know, the built-in sponsored notifications on whatever platform you're using. Don't rely on just that sponsored verbiage in making sure that your followers know that the content is sponsored. Remember that a clear disclosure means hard to miss, so a little hashtag ad way at the bottom of the post or mixed in with a bunch of different hashtags probably isn't considered to be clear. If a company sends a product to an influencer for free and the influencer then posts about that product, that is a sponsored post. Just because money hasn't changed hands doesn't mean that they haven't received some benefit for posting that content. They've received free goods. The bottom line is when you're posting sponsored content, it's best to be clear and post conspicuous disclosures. Ambiguous, bad; clear, good. That about sums it up right there. So I hope that helps in terms of posting sponsored content on the internet, and I will see you next time.